Kia ora and welcome to the ACC's Netball Podcast and Court Session. My name is Sam Winters. With me, I have Erena Mikaere. We're brought to you by the Export Beer Garden Studio, and we are here to cover off Match 3 of the Tiny Jamison Trophy, the Cadbury Series, against the English Roses, Silver Ferns versus English Roses, of course, and happy days for New Zealand because we retained the trophy, didn't we, Erena?
We do. The trophy cabinet gets another one.
Gets
we're
one,
excited.
I think. The trophy
one?
cabinet gets one.
Oh, get one. Get one.
It's no longer empty, which is great.
Okay, well, they get medals. Yeah. Is that correct? I didn't even see that part.
No, I don't think they get a medal. They just get a trophy to share amongst themselves and put in the...
Damn, I'm out here with false news again.
I'd be good if they got a medal, though. Yeah.
I was just looking up at the wall of my shiny medals.
Oh, your wall of medals. Tell me more.
Medals. Well, I actually had this idea and thought, I wonder how they'll display their medals because mine is hanging on the curtain rods, which is hideous. And I'm like, okay. So I thought maybe they can get a medal and I could message one of them and see how they hung these up. But we get a trophy. That's better. Even better. Trophy in the cabinet.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, just Netball New Zealand gets a Tiny Jamison Trophy. Not everybody.
Oh, and I like the little touch at the end of the game. One, you know how, so we do cheers, right? So I'm skipping straight to the end. Sorry, team, right now, just quickly, we'll go back to the game. When they do hands in and it's like, 3 cheers.
I love the English version. They go hip, 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 hooray, hooray, hooray.
Yes,
I rated that.
Chat, right.
Yeah, I thought I might bring that into my own team.
I think South Africa say
cheers.
Yes. Can we get a cheers for, New Zealand? And they just all go cheers and it's done.
Yeah. Cha-ching, we should do.
Yo, that would be cool. But anyway,
hoorah.
Which even the commentators mentioned, said, so normally you say 3 cheers for whoever, ray, 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 and then 1 for the ref. 1, I don't know why, because there's 2 of them, so I had to go 1, and she said 1 for Tiny, which was cool because that's who the cup was all for.
It was cute. Hooray.
Yeah, that's it.
Hurrah. Cheers. Cha-ching.
Cheers.
Chin-chin.
So we won the game, Sammy.
There's some options.
What were your thoughts on the game first? Should we get a little bit of the game? Because obviously this is court session. So we about to party afterwards because we get to party again and celebrate in a good way.
We get to party. I'm not quite sure how those girls will go on the party side, but yes. So they won the game. Our kind of thoughts on it, well, my kind of thoughts is like good that they won. I think it's, definitely good that they won. Go New Zealand, get the dub. Won quite convincingly in the end in that last quarter. But like it was a close game. England won 2 quarters. New Zealand won 2 quarters. So it kind of went back and forth a little bit. England stayed in it. And I have to say, I just think this whole series, I've been so impressed at this English side. They have this sort of connection on attack where they can just fire that ball and let it go. And they have these beautiful, flat, hard, straight passes. Their pre-work is awesome. Like the players do some pre-work before they catch a ball that it will like smoke and break some ankles of the defenders. I just was so impressed at that. Which I don't think New Zealand was expecting, eh?
No, I got to agree. And I think in that second test, we had to deal with a hurt, when you have to deal with a hurt New Zealander, we don't like to lose. Well, I'm speaking for myself because we're competitive. And so after losing that first game, they had to deal with that angry, that high emotion that the coach was driving them, like they had to deal with that New Zealander. Whereas this game was kind of like that they were like, oh, okay, this is, we're back in that. We weren't playing with not so much emotion, but, the thorn in our side. Hey, get it, Rose?
Nice.
So I think this was more like that game where you just saw, England were like, okay, we can play this. And I just loved the attacking end. They just passed that ball around and the ball speed was unreal. And I just loved the way the shooters cut the base. And I was like, oh, damn. It was just beautiful to watch.
Yeah,
Beautiful
it was.
England.
It was good. Shot England bees.
But shot us for winning.
That's what I was wondering. I was thinking when the English team get back overseas to England and they've got 12 players who went to the World Cup and didn't come on this tour, like that's 12 of their top tier players who I think they're going to Jamaica. I heard someone say the English team are. Maybe Jamaica or South Africa again. I hope not South Africa again. That would be quite hard for them. But they've got another series. So how do they pick this next team when they've got 12 players in this team who are like pretty good, seriously, and some other players, like, do they have a trial? Do they go the Roses versus the Thorns to find out who's the team? Like, how does that work? I'm intrigued anyway.
We've got to find out. You might know a couple of people in there that we can find out from. But I think the cool thing is we see some of them at Fast Five. Well, I hope, because we've got Fast Five coming up. So they'll be able to split the team. So that some of them have come on this series, some will go on Fast Five, as well as some of the girls from our team, which I'm not sure. Are there any other Ferns in the current squad that go to Fast Five? So there's that as well. I think
Whitney,
it shows.
Maya,
there you
Tiana,
go. And that's
Grace
good because those girls were sitting on the bench last night, so it'd be great to see them, get some time out on court.
Who would have thought they'd be sitting on the bench?
I know.
It's all over the show, I tell you. But like we said, the highlight of this whole thing, for us anyway, is that it's the last match of the series and you get to celebrate that series. It's potential court session time. I know for a fact that the Silver Ferns are in their good gal era. They're very mature and they don't get out a lot in terms of party per se. So I'll be surprised if they did anything. But I feel like if I was still living in Hamilton, I would have done the usual hosted a party. I've done that before. I'll tell you, E.
I know, Sammy. I haven't been to one in the Tron, but you're a good host, Sammy.
Yeah, and I really enjoy it. And so there was this one series in the Tron. England were playing the Silver Ferns, and I didn't even get picked in the Ferns team to play them. But I hosted a post-match party for all the gals afterwards. So that was really fun. I invited like Joe Harton, and I'm not actually quite sure if the English girls turned up, but a few of the Silver Ferns did, and we had a good night.
Run it back, you weren't even playing?
Nah, I don't know. They did it similar to this, where they select some people for some tours. I think I was going on the next one.
I thought you meant like you were just like, just hitting the scene and you were like, girls, I'll run a party for you. If you want to come along, come.
I don't even know you, but it's a celebration.
You won. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, get over here to my house. I've got the beer pong set up and Stacky Cup. Yeehaw.
Well, I tell you what, you always host a good party. So, speaking of that, they're going to go out in Hamilton. What? I mean, you're a Tron girl from uni days. I was only there for, post-Magic matches after the first couple of years, because then we moved from there down to Tauranga. So, what are some good things to do in Hamilton if the crew's in Hamilton and they want to do something?
Oh, wow. Where do you start?
Other than your house, other than Sammy's flat.
The flat. There used to be this one big highlight, like amazing night out, was there was this one club, Bahama Hut, the Hut, whatever it is. It's like the same one that's in Tauranga, but it's got a different name. Anyway, they had this table out the front as you walked in, and I think they were giving one out to every person who came in of free cheeseburger tickets.
What?
Yeah, these little coupons. But when I went in, no one was manning the desk. So guess who ate cheeseburgers for a few weeks? Me. It was me.
That is naughty. Oh,
the free cheeseburgers went off.
Did you take a stack of cheeseburger coupons?
I sure did.
You should have blamed it on your husband. Don't tell the universe it was you. I mean, the people who listen to our podcast.
No one found out. It's all G. I think the club's shut down now anyway. So,
I mean, if they were sitting there, they needed to go to someone, right? Because
exactly. Maybe we utilised it. Sweet.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh well, you've got this experience too. So the house is always a good time, but it's impossible to jump the queue at that place, isn't it?
Oh my goodness, it is.
Even when you've got a team of netballers who no one really gives a shit who we are, so that's fine, or a policewoman in your team, none of that makes any difference when you're trying to jump a queue.
So fun. If you want to know what Sammy's talking about, we would be in line one year waiting to get in. It was long. And I think the policewoman went to the front and was it her? And she was like, we've got Silver Ferns, we've got this person and this person. And they're like, nah, go to the back. Which, Sammy, if I see on TikTok now is a good thing because apparently you don't want a girl who knows all the bouncers. Yeah, apparently, because she just hugs all the bouncers. I don't know. That's a thing. So I was like, well, we weren't really knowing the bouncers. We were just like, we could get in.
We weren't that
have
nice
a VIP booth.
Hard.
I think, do you know what, though? It is easier having that situation in Australia. So shout out to Aussie because you can get there. And
jump in the queue.
Yeah. They will. Well, if you've got a medal around your neck, most of the times I've found, straight to the front, straight in. You even get a booth.
First.
I'm not even lying.
I have a medal around my neck, so let me in, all right? So
those girls should flash their medal like a police badge.
Yeah. Okay, next time we're going out in Hamilton, we're bringing medals. Yeah. I've got a few Wheat-Bix triathlon ones you can borrow.
We should just go get a whole kids group. So for our Silver Ferns, if they didn't get a medal, we've got to go get them some kids Wheat-Bix triathlon medals. They can flash those. We're participating and they're in there.
Defos. Similar, one more flashback I was just having of Hamilton. They used to do these meet and greet Geordie Shore or Jersey Shore people. You know, like
what?
Who's on Geordie Shore? Totally forgotten. Holly and
I thought it was the Snoopy crew.
And Gaza, and we used to line up to go have a photo with them, and I don't even know why. I feel like we paid money to do it. It was just such shit chat. But we'd line up, go into the outback, have a hello to these people, and then carry on and like. I don't know, you just kind of, even though you don't really care who they are, you get to the front and you just are like, oh my gosh, you're my favourite. And then you look back on it and you're like, I'm so embarrassed at myself. Why am I like that?
Well, if people think that about when they have photos with netballers.
Oh, nah.
Oh, do you know what I'm
not?
Do you know what I'm finding?
At least we're famous. Well, not famous. We've established we're not famous enough to jump a queue, but at least we're not. We don't think we're that good just for simply pissing up and sleeping around and it all getting filmed.
It's a true story. What I am finding now, though, is girls that I'm playing with have photos of me and them from when they're younger and they look young. And I'm obviously in my medic gear and they're like little babies and now we're recreating them and we're almost in the same uniform or...
You're a nana.
So, no, I'm not.
You're such a nana. That's when you know. Young. That hasn't happened to me yet, so shame.
It's going to. Trust me.
No, I'm going to retire before that happens.
I just started really young, so don't come at me. Anyway, you know what? We won, so it's not... We, when I say we, I mean New Zealand, because it's not just the girls going out in the Tron. I know they're not in the Tron, these other winners, but the
Black
boys...
Ferns are in the Tron. They might be out.
They were too.
Yeah.
Get me.
That's relevant to them.
We got the Black Ferns, who won 43-3. We got the All Blacks. They won 69-17. And then we got the Breakers. They won 98-87.
First game of the season.
Yeah.
Hard. Do you know, it's a reversal of 2 weeks ago when we all lost.
Right. What the heck? Is that like all the stars in the moon align and they have to be in the same place in the retrograde of the metron grade, red grade, star signs, and then we all win, or if
it's a special New Zealand one, then maybe, because everyone else is probably quite sad that their stars didn't line up.
Yeah, true. Well, it's a good day for New Zealand. It was awesome to watch. I think lots of people were, whether they were out and around, they had their Sky Goes On and whatnot and watching all the games because that's what I was doing. I was happy for us.
Hard. Me too. So, big weekend of sport for all of us, and now netball's on a little bit of a break for a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah. We all need to just like refresh a little bit and,
Yeah,
have a think about ourselves, look ourselves in the mirror, have a good long look and figure out where we can be better, right?
Exactly, because on that subject, the NFL, how they're so big and everyone loves it. They have it I think it was like, someone might be telling me lies, but like there's 21 weeks and then they have this big break. I think that might be the break. And their fans absolutely miss it. Like I thought, we were talking about the girls, they go back into camp on Tuesday and get ready for this next series coming up. Like we get a little bit of break, but they don't. They go back and train. And I'm like, let the people miss it. Let them think, what is Amelia Ann doing when she goes home? Although we'll find out on Instagram, but wait, she's not playing netball. But wait, give them that kind of, I don't even know what that feeling is, but, and I want it.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder, doesn't it? It'll make everybody love the Ferns even more if they go away for a bit.
You always sum it up just perfectly for me, Sammy.
I didn't claim that. I heard that on an Op Shop song.
Oh, well, you did well.
Thanks.
And then, so, they come back. So going ahead, what are they doing? Because we get this break, but they don't. Right?
I feel like they'll go home for a couple of days, surely. So no one sent me the schedule, which I'm a bit dark about. Maybe I could go on to like the Teams app or whatever. Might still be on there. I should have a look.
You're still logged in, eh?
Yeah. I know. They forget to unlog you out.
And you get to see all the video analysts and what they're clipping.
Yeah. Figure out what the game plan is, just in case. You just never know. So yeah, they're heading, I think they head to Australia. So they've got the Constellation Cup. First two games are in Aussie. And I repeat, it's the Constellation, as in like the stars, not the Constellation Cup, which is, a lot of people say consolation, which is what we call it if we don't win it, because then it's like, you can have the Consolation Cup. We don't really want that. But we're playing for the Constellation Cup against Australia. So it's 4 tests. So we play them on October the 12th is the first game. So that's like 12 days from now because, that's where we're at.
So do Aussie stitch us up and give us a random team too that we don't know anything about and they're unorthodox and we know nothing about them and we can't do any video analysts on them? So
imagine it. Imagine it. Do you know what like, are Aussie thinking that? If I was Aussie...
Yeah, if you're Aussie, let us know what are you doing, Sammy?
I potentially would blood some players. Do a bit like what England did. Like clearly those girls got a lot out of this trip.
What does blood mean? What are you doing to the players?
Bloods. It's initiation.
Oh, so is it like young blood?
Yeah, blood them.
And I thought you were out here doing some seance or something. Keep going.
Oh my gosh.
You blood some players?
Yeah. Just a few.
I want to do what England does.
And what? New Zealand?
So you're essentially doing what England did, or do you bring a few experienced players in?
Yeah, I'd still bring the experienced ones. Yeah. I think that's what let England down in the end. Like they probably could have won, even if they just had like 2 key defenders that stayed rather than all new. So if Aussie would take anything from that, potentially they could do that. But I feel like Aussie are in it to win it. So they're not going to bring their new ones. They're going to send their top guns.
Aussie ain't underestimating us. They bring their top
They would never disrespect us like that.
I think the coach, Stacey, a good friend of mine, I'm not going to message her. No, I think she will watch those games and see exactly what England did to break our defence, because that was the least amount of ball getting that our defence have had. And I think it was the speed and the movement. So whatever was going on, they're going to take the good parts out of that, I reckon, and put it into the Aussie game. But so the same what Aussie will do. Your friends coach, what are you doing now? What happens now? Who do you take? Well, not so who do you take? I don't want to hear 12 players, but what happens? Because you've got a pool of players now. You've got like young ones standing up. You've got ones that you left on the bench like Karan and Jane, who I thought they're great defenders, but we didn't play them. So what happens? What are you doing, Ferns coach, Sammy?
Well, interesting that you say, like, they've already named their teams that are...
Oh, I knew that.
Yeah, going to be playing. So they no longer have Amelia. Oh, no, she is still in there, Amelia Walmsley. So Grace Nowicki returns is the big one.
She returns.
And yeah, she returns from, hopefully, like, she's better and not injured anymore. And Kate Burley goes to the bench.
Yes. For who?
I think they're taking 14.
Wow.
So everybody who's in there now is in there,
Nice.
plus Grace and Kate Burley.
Nice. I think that's a great addition to the side.
She will be freaking stoked. I can't even deal.
I just think it's awesome. Like, for both of them, like a great addition to have Grace back, because does that change the game? What does that look like? Does Noel start Amelia again? Yeah, I said her name after I started. Or she go with her tried and true. Does something at camp happen that changes that fact? Because are they still running a yo-yo? So we don't know. You know, there's all these things to factor in. And then we come back.
Figure it in.
Yeah, but the thing we've learned from this series, I guess, is that we've got young blood. They're good. You know, we still have lots of room for development. Grateful for the win, and it's showing us that, like, we can win, but we also have, you know, work to do down in that foundation. And
beautiful summary.
2027, we got this.
Someone give you a job on that Sky Sports panel. Seriously.
Yeah.
Get it, girl. Mean. Well, I think that's us. We've covered some interesting content, given some behind the scenes, some potential behind the scenes of what could be occurring in that Silver Fern squad overnight, and in the lead up to Australia. So that's exciting. We're just going to have to sit here with our fingers sitting on our hands. That's the one, while we wait for this next series. And hopefully you may or may not be in our ear holes. We may not be in your ear holes for that one. You're going to have to hit up G-Lane about that, because
Slack, but you're going to have to find him, because we can't find him.
He's boss man.
Where is he? Overseas?
Somewhere. Overseas.
He's on a holiday.
Yeah.
A couple of them went to Paris.
Yeah.
Didn't they?
Must be nice.
Is that him? Must be.
Don't know. Not sure. Yeah, so we have enjoyed this, haven't we, Erena, talking about this English series. It's been interesting. It's a little bit of media razzle-dazzle going on out there, bit of banks to cover. So it's been good. So we appreciate it.
We love netball and we love court sessions, Sammy.
Hard.
You got us.
Court session, we out.